All right, get ready, because tonight we're going deep into a world of, creepy crypt keepers and bone-chilling stories, and oh yeah, pinball. You ready to kind of relive the magic of Tales from the Crypt, but with a flipper twist?
Absolutely. We're talking about a pinball machine that doesn't just, pay homage to the show. It actually lets you live those twisted tales.
Exactly. I remember seeing this thing in arcades back in the day, and it was an instant, head turner. Forget the flashing lights and those generic themes. This thing had the Crypt Keeper leering at you, beckoning you, to play a game with destiny, or at least your last quarter.
What's fascinating here is how they managed to capture not just the look of the show, but that signature blend of horror and dark humor.
Oh, for sure. But it wasn't just the artwork, right? They went all out on bringing the Crypt Keeper's world to life, literally bringing it to life on the playfield.
Right. Think about it. You're focused on your game, trying to keep that silver ball in play, and suddenly a skeletal hand reaches out to grab it. Talk about adding a new dimension to losing your ball.
That's what I loved about it. It wasn't just slapping some images on a generic pinball machine. They packed this thing with interactive elements that made you feel like you were stepping into an episode of the show.
And that's a key difference between this machine and something like, say, the Addams Family pinball machine, which was also wildly popular around the same time. Both had that horror comedy vibe, but the Tales from the Crypt machine felt like a more visceral experience.
It's like the difference between watching a horror movie and actually finding yourself trapped in a haunted house.
Exactly. It's not just about the scares, it's about the atmosphere, the immersion, and that's where all those interactive elements really shine. The rising coffin, the launch ramp shaped like the Crypt Keeper's chair, they all contribute to this feeling that you're not just playing a game, you're part of the story.
Okay, but a pinball machine is ultimately about the gameplay, right? Did they manage to translate that unique Tales from the Crypt style into the actual mechanics of the game?
Absolutely. Remember how the show always had those darkly humorous twists? Well, they built that right into the game. Instead of just racking up points, you're collecting body parts for the biolab, which, let's be honest, is pretty twisted even for the Crypt Keeper. And then there's the Wheel of Terror, which you are desperately trying to avoid. It's like those classic Tales from the Crypt morality tales, where a wrong choice could land you in hot water. Or in this case, lose you a bunch of points.
It's brilliant. They took those elements that made the show so iconic and turned them into actual gameplay features. It's not just about hitting targets, it's about playing out those darkly comedic scenarios. Did they add anything for the serious pinball wizards out there?
Oh, for sure. This machine wasn't just about flash and theme, it offered some serious challenge for skilled players.
Give us the details.
Well, there's the Midnight Madness multi-ball mode, which is absolute chaos in the best way possible. You trigger it by hitting 3 specific targets, and then it's all about juggling 3 balls at once while racking up insane multipliers. It's fast, it's frantic, and it's where you can really rack up those high scores.
That sounds amazing. And what about the vault? You mentioned it before. What makes it so special?
The vault is the holy grail of this machine, a bonus round that's notoriously difficult to access, but offers massive rewards. You have to hit a series of incredibly precise shots to unlock it, and even then it's a test of skill and strategy to maximize your points. It's like cracking the Crypt Keeper's safe, and the payoff is worth every agonizing miss.
It sounds like the perfect reward for a player with nerves of steel and the skills to match. I can just picture those nail-biting moments trying to hit that final shot to unlock the vault.
And let's not forget the skill shot you actually have to launch the ball into the Crypt Keeper's mouth.
Talk about adding insult to injury, launching your ball right into the jaws of the Crypt Keeper.
But hitting that shot is oh so satisfying. It's like you're defying him, challenging his authority right from the start.
Okay, Ka, I'm sold. This isn't just a pinball machine, it's an experience. It's like stepping into a twisted funhouse designed by the Crypt Keeper himself. But we're just getting started. There's so much more to uncover about this macabre masterpiece, from its global reach to its status as a coveted collector's item. So stick around, because this deep dive is about to get even more interesting.
You know what's funny, because when you think about iconic horror franchises, Tales from the Crypt might not be the first one that comes to mind. You got your, Nightmare on Elm Streets and your Friday the 13th, but the Crypt Keeper and his tales, they had this unique flavor.
It's that blend of horror and humor that you mentioned earlier. Yeah. It's like they took the classic horror tropes and injected them with a dose of dark wit and irony. It's scary, sure, but it's also entertaining, even a little bit playful.
Exactly, and that's something that resonated with audiences worldwide. It wasn't just an American phenomenon. I remember seeing reruns of Tales from the Crypt growing up in Mexico. We knew it as Cuentos de la Cripta, and it was just as popular there as it was in the States.
Wow, I didn't know that. So this wasn't just a cult classic, it was a global sensation.
Yeah.
And that popularity extended to the pinball machine too, right?
Absolutely. It was a hit in arcades around the world, especially in those Spanish-speaking countries. I think that says a lot about the show's ability to transcend cultural boundaries. It was something that everyone, regardless of their background, could enjoy. And of course, the pinball machine, with its bold visuals and immersive gameplay, became a symbol of that global appeal.
It's amazing to think about how this machine, which is essentially a piece of technology, was able to capture the essence of a show that relied so heavily on storytelling and atmosphere.
That's the magic of a truly great pinball machine. It's not just about flashing lights and high scores. It's about creating an experience, transporting players to another world. And in this case, it was the world of the Crypt Keeper, with all its spooky charm and twisted humor.
And it wasn't just the arcade crowds who fell in love with this machine. It became a collector's item, a prized possession for both pinball enthusiasts and fans of the show. I bet there are some amazing stories out there about people finding these machines tucked away in basements or dusty old arcades, like hidden treasures waiting to be rediscovered.
Oh, I'm sure of it. There's a whole community dedicated to restoring and preserving these machines, keeping that legacy alive. It's like they're not just restoring a piece of gaming history, they're bringing a piece of their childhood back to life.
And for those who maybe haven't experienced the Tales from the Crypt phenomenon firsthand, this pinball machine serves as a window into that era. It's a time capsule, capturing not just the spirit of the show, but also that particular moment in pop culture history.
Right. It's a reminder of a time when arcades were thriving, when horror comedy was having a major moment, and when a pinball machine could be more than just a game.
It's a reminder that sometimes the best things in life are a little bit spooky, a little bit funny, and a whole lot of fun. So what does this all mean? Why should someone who maybe hasn't even seen Tales from the Crypt care about this pinball machine?
I think it speaks to the power of storytelling and how it can manifest in unexpected ways. This machine takes those chilling tales, that signature dark humor, and translates it into a physical, interactive experience. You're not just watching the story unfold, you're a part of it.
It's almost like those classic horror comics we used to read as kids. Those over-the-top, lurid illustrations, the cheesy dialogue, it's all part of the charm. And this pinball machine captures that spirit perfectly. It's campy, it's spooky, it's fun. It's everything that made Tales from the Crypt such a cult classic.
And that enduring appeal, that's what makes this pinball machine so special. It's not just a game, it's a cultural artifact, a testament to the lasting power of great storytelling. It's a reminder that even in a world dominated by digital entertainment, there's still something magical about those tactile, analog experiences.
So are we saying that this pinball machine is like the ultimate tribute to Tales from the Crypt?
I think it's safe to say that. It takes everything we love about the show, the horror, the humor, the Crypt Keeper's mischievous charm, and brings it to life in a way that no other medium could. But it also makes you wonder, are there other horror-themed pinball machines out there that manage to capture the essence of their source material just as effectively?
It's a great question, and there's so many to choose from, each with its own unique take on the horror genre. You've got your classics like Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th, each bringing their own brand of slasher movie mayhem to the pinball table.
But it's not just about, replicating the gore and jump scares, right? Some machines go deeper, tapping into that psychological terror that made the original films so effective.
Like The Twilight Zone, for example.
Yeah.
That machine is all about that unsettling atmosphere and mind-bending twists, just like the show itself.
And who could forget Bram Stoker's Dracula? The artwork is absolutely stunning, capturing that gothic horror vibe perfectly. You almost expect to see Gary Oldman, emerge from the coffin.
See, that's what I love about these horror-themed pinball machines. They're not just games. They're like interactive works of art. Each one tells a story, evokes a feeling, transports you to another world.
And I think that's what makes them so enduring, They tap into our primal fears, our fascination with the unknown, and they do it in a way that's both thrilling and entertaining.
Exactly. So, dear listeners, if you're looking for a way to add a little bit of spooky fun to your lives, we highly recommend checking out some of these horror-themed pinball machines. You might just discover your new favorite pastime.
And who knows, you might even be inspired to start your own pinball collection.
Just be sure to keep an eye out for that mischievous Crypt Keeper. He's always lurking nearby, ready to offer a wicked laugh and a chilling tale.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those flippers flipping.
And remember, kiddies,
Next time, Frank
fear
Bear.
is fuel.